Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the sophomore contest between Champaign Central High School and Peoria Notre Dame. We are live here at Notre Dame High School on NDTV. My name is Jim Lynch. I'm joined here by Mike Plunkett. We're already into the starting lineups for the sophomore contest, and I'm going to turn it over to my partner, Mr. Plunkett, to introduce you to some of our players.
Yeah, they're introducing the lineup for Champaign right now. We got number 10, Mitchell Crompton, number 4, Torian Roan, number 12, Chris Chen. Looks like number 24, David Prune, and number 34, Owen Hobbs. And the Central sophomores coached by LeConte Nix. Now the starters for the Irish. Number 10, Teddy Dimler. Number 11, Jacob Johnson, a sophomore. Dimler is a freshman. Number 20, another freshman, Tom Graham. Number 22, a sophomore, Charlie Woolsey. And another freshman, number 23, Owen Dillon. Jason Whalen coaching the Irish sophomores, assisted by Stephen Bradshaw and Jay Whalen. I say let's play ball. What do you think, Jim?
Yeah, absolutely. Maroons are in their traveling maroon, while the Irish are wearing their home whites. And here we go. Sidelines out of bound play to get us started. Number 12, Chen with the ball up top. Swings it to number 4, Roan. Roan back to Chen. Chen looks to penetrate, kicks it to number 10. Shot falls short, and here comes Owen Dillon. The Irish are starting 3 freshmen today. Graham, Dimler, and Owen Dillon. Quick foul here for the Maroons. That foul's on number 12, Chris Chen. That'll be his first, team's first. And a big thank you to our athletic director, David Rudolph, bringing us some water. Jake Johnson with the ball, brings it along top of the key, kicks it to Woolsey. Woolsey over to Dimler. Dimler looks to penetrate, swings it to Graham. Graham to Dillon. Dillon swings it to Dimler. Dimler swings it to Graham. Graham with the long shot off the mark. A nice rebound for number 34, Hobbs. Number 4, Roan swings it to Chen. Chen inside to number 24. 24 shot is off the mark. A nice quick rebound for number 4, Torian Roan, his first bucket of the game. Boy, he got in there quick.
He did. He was very quick to that.
Nice hustle there from number 22, Charlie Woolsey, to just create enough chaos on the ensuing steal from Roan.
Yeah, and Roan was diving after, and the ball ended up rolling off his back out of bounds. Central's playing a very, very aggressive man-to-man defense. This will be a really good test for the Irish. We'll see how some of these young guards, these freshmen, handle this pressure.
Right. Dillon with the ball, looks inside, and again, like you said, this strong defense from Central is going to be a good test. Chen called for the over and back. He tight roped that line.
His feet didn't cross it. The ball did. The ball bounced in the backcourt, and once you get all 3 across, both feet in the basketball, if any one of the 3 comes back without the ball being touched, it's going to be an over and back, and that was the dribble that got it right there.
So often people just watch the feet, but the referee had eyes on all 3.
Yep.
Did a good job with that call. Dimler looking to penetrate, having trouble. Johnson with the ball, drives hard. A nice move, and the block is called. So the basket will count for Jacob Johnson. He will go to the line for the 3-point play.
Excellent move and a good call.
Mitchell Crompton, his first, team's second. Basket counts for Johnson.
Yeah, it was a good, strong move, and I know the Champaign coach is questioning a little bit on the call, but he slid under as he was in the air, so that was a good call.
Nice rebound there for Dimmler. Dillon puts up the three. It's off the mark. Strong rebound for Tommy Graham. And a foul will be on number 24, Devon Prude. Devon Prude picks up his first, team's third. Nice box out rebound for Graham.
Graham, again, we talked about that last game. He's just very active, both ends of the floor.
Nice strong move for Dillon, gets his own rebound. Ball gets knocked away. And number 10, Mitchell Crompton, could not hold his foot. Dragged his pivot foot, and the ensuing travel is called.
And the Champaign coach is hollering what we all want to holler something. Just pick it up. Just stop,
right.
Pick it up with two hands, gather
Settle
yourself,
down,
and let it go.
Settle down.
Exactly.
Nice screen from Woolsey. He's wide open underneath. Swings it to Dillon, who swings it to Johnson. The three ball is missed. Woolsey looks to tip it out, but unfortunately tipped it to Chen. Great defense again for the Irish, just a little too much aggression underneath, and it looks like number 10, Teddy Dimmler, will pick up his first foul, team's first.
And again, that last possession, that's the shot the Irish will live with Johnson shooting the open three. That extra pass didn't fall that time, but we'll take our chances with that shot.
Number 34, Owen Hobbs, checks in for the Maroons. Number 12, Chen with the ball. Kicks it to number 10, Crompton. Drove hard. But number 22, Charlie Woolsey, will get called for the blocking foul. Number 30, Corey Sevier, will check in, giving Owen Dillon his first break of the afternoon. Ball's inbounded to number 34, Hobbs. Hobbs swings it to Chen. Chen swings it to Hobbs. Hobbs with the three ball off the mark. Graham with a nice rebound. Graham kicks it to Johnson, and here come the Irish.
Very nice job, Graham, blocking out, clearing the rebound, getting it to his guard.
Cross-court pass to Woolsey. The shot's off the mark. Johnson fights for it, but it's corralled by number 24, Devon Prude.
And another good shot. We'll take that shot. Woolsey will make that shot.
Sevier with some good defense. Forces the errant shot, and Graham, again, I'm just going to say a Graham. Again, yeah. There's Tommy Graham with a...
Yeah, and Corey Sevier made a nice play.
Yeah.
Good defense. Guys handle that ball.
Walled
up
Graham beautifully.
Exactly.
Sevier with the ball, kicks it over to Johnson. Johnson with the long three. Irish are struggling to get the three ball to drop here early in the first half. Timeout called, which will transition to the media timeout, I suspect, for the first quarter. Coach Nix calls the timeout, just as I believe, right as Owen Hobbs was making a nice drive to the basket, and you can hear him say after it is granted, "I don't want it. I don't want it." So here we are, midway through actually we're right at the halfway point of the first quarter. We're tied at 2. We've seen several shots not fall. Early game jitters, or what are you thinking here, Mike?
Good shots just not falling. That happens sometimes. So maybe you just are a little bit more patient. See if you can't run something, get something inside, and get something to fall. And just, once you get one thing to fall, you're going to be in pretty good shape.
Excellent. Well, coming out for the Irish here, following the media break, we have Sevier, Woolsey, Dimmler, Johnson, and Graham. And on the other side, we have number 10, Crompton, 34, Hobbs, number 4, Roan, 34, I already said 34 Hobbs, but number 12, Chen. And there's Chen with a long shot.
Another great block out by Graham.
Graham just creating space and able to get the ball there. Number 24, Prude, is also in for the Maroons. Nice feed inside to Severe. Severe kicks it, and this ball movement's fantastic. There's Dimmler with the long ball, and 3 good for Teddy Dimmler.
And you could give that assist to about 4 different players.
Right, that was
there's a hockey assist
work
for a couple of these guys. It was just
fantastic work.
Excellent ball movement.
Coming up on 3 minutes. Oh, 3-second violation called.
You don't see that very often, so you're in the lane
level.
a long time if you're getting that one called.
Absolutely. Owen Dillon checks back in for the Irish. And number 2, Connor Clifton checks in for Central. Dimmler brings the ball up for the Irish. Graham with the ball near the top of the key, swings it to Johnson. Nice feed inside to Graham. Graham kicks it out to Severe. Severe with the 3 ball off the backboard, good. And just as I said, the Irish are struggling with the 3. Here's 2 quick ones. One from Teddy Dimmler, the next one from Corey Severe.
We banked one into the freshman game. We banked one in here. They all count.
Absolutely. Coming up just past 2.5, the Irish lead 8-2. Rowan with the ball, swings it over to Chen.
And again, Champaign just struggling a little bit against his matchup zone, having a little trouble getting the ball into a spot where they get a good look.
Ball's cross court, swung cross court to Clifton. Clifton looking to penetrate, swings it to Chen. Chen with an errant pass over to number 4, Torian Roan. And it's another turnover for Severe. Severe with the 3 ball. Off the number 4, good. Aiden Fanning getting his first action today for Central. Jake Johnson bringing the ball up for the Irish. Nice floater down on the baseline for number 11, Jake Johnson. Nice, beautiful move. He picks up his 2nd basket of the day.
He can get the ball in the basket. He finds a way to score, and he's not just a catch and shoot type guy. He can play.
Nice assist underneath the hoop. And basket for number 52, Aiden Fanning, picking up his first of the day. That was a nice pass under there from Owen Hobbs.
That was. We got caught a little bit in our rotation, a little slow getting there, but good recognition on their part.
Chen with the ball. Irish continuing their pressure up. And I thought a jump ball would have been called, but nope. And just enough breakdown. The ball poked away by Severe over to Dimmler. Dimmler gets the ball, and the Irish looking to settle things down. Severe with the ball, swings it wide. And there is Johnson again. Nice 3 ball for Jacob Johnson.
Yeah, like I said earlier, we'll take our chances with that shot. He might miss a couple, but he's got a shooter's mentality.
Clifton swings the ball up to Chen near the top of the key. There looks to be some confusion amongst the Maroons right now as they try to figure out what they want to run. Chen sends Clifton through the lane. Number 34. Shot off the mark. Owen Dillon with a nice rebound.
Again, we're going to go for one, or we're going to take our first available. I think we're going to take first available.
Severe looks to shoot, checks it off. Dillon cross court over to Dimmler. Dimmler with the long shot off the mark. And Johnson just fighting underneath and just couldn't quite hold on to it. You'll find few guys as strong as Jake Johnson underneath the basket right there, and he almost had that rebound.
And he's just a basketball player. He just makes basketball plays.
And there's
we got
the
time here if we
athleticism
look.
of Tommy
we got
Graham
time.
to get that ball. Here comes Johnson with the
Good
step back. And just off the mark. Just off the mark. And at the end of 1, Notre Dame 13, Champaign Central 4. Initial thoughts on that first quarter, Mike?
Just, you know what, it was a little rough going. It was 2-2 about 4 minutes into the game, and we knocked down to 3, knocked down 1, and it just seems like they all happen. And you know, then we bank one in, and now we're shooting the ball with a little more confidence. Defense has been good from the beginning, and I anticipate it will continue to be that way.
very quickly like that, just in a couple of minutes, you can see how the Irish can be very prolific. And again, as soon as a 3-ball hits, just like that, we had 3 threes fall. As soon as I said that, they weren't falling.
Right.
And from 3 different players, Dimler, Johnson, and Severe, all hitting threes in the matter of about a minute and a half, opens this game up to a 9-point lead.
And when you're making stops on the defensive end, we had one breakdown and they had a layup off that. But if you have you're forcing misses, you're getting the rebound, now you got that transition, and we're doing some good things in transition. So just one of those, you look at it early in the game, shots aren't falling, but you're doing things the way you're supposed to be doing things. You don't get too concerned about that because you know they're going to start to fall. And if they don't, if you go through a night, and some nights you go through a night where they just don't fall the entire night, you got to find another way to win the game, and defensively we can do it. Give up 4 points a quarter, you're probably going to win a game.
Number 21, Lucas LaHood, getting his first action for the Irish this year. Nice feed inside from Johnson to Graham. Shots just off the mark. He almost gets his own tip in. Nice work there by Tommy Graham. Shot
so
just
active.
Ball. Chen gets the ball swung in, and there's Dylan almost tipping the ball away, and the ball's in the hands of number 24, Devon Prude. Chen with the ball again up top. Looks to penetrate. Swings it to number 2, Clifton. Clifton's shot is off the mark. And here come the Irish. Ball's
Hood comes
Johnson's
in and gets him a nice defensive rebound.
Woolsey with the ball. Woolsey looks and swings it to Dylan. Dylan looks inside to LaHood, who's working hard underneath. Swings it to Johnson. Johnson with the long 3. Hits it again. Jake Johnson with his second 3 of the game.
I would say he's feeling a little bit more comfortable now than he was in the first couple minutes of the game. And he's, like I said, he's just a basketball player. He can catch and shoot it, but he can do more than that.
And there's number 12, Chris Chen, just with an extra step and just too much. Number 24, Scott Anderson, checks in for the Irish. Number 42, TJ Pimpkins, checks in for the Maroons.
Anderson gave us some good minutes the other night, so it's nice to see him back on the floor.
Number 40, Eric Smith, is also in for the Maroons, who had a nice game for the freshman Maroons earlier today. The entry pass to Tommy Graham just wasn't there. Number 4, Roan with the ball, swings to Chen. Back to Roan. Roan gets it to Pipkins. Over to Smith, back to Chen. And again, Chen just couldn't hold on to it, and out of bounds it goes.
Just that solid defense. We're not trying to make steals. We're not trying to take the ball away from them. We're just forcing them to do things they don't want to do.
Number 2, Connor Clifton, checks in for the Maroons, giving number 12, Chris Chen, a little break. I think Chen's earned it. I think he's been on the floor since the tip-off, and he's been working just as hard as anybody out here. Anderson with the ball. Woolsey looks to penetrate, swings it to Anderson. Anderson with the long 3, just off the mark.
You know, that's just an excellent play by Woolsey, though. He made just a dribble or two, drew the defense, and kicked it to a guy who can knock that shot down. So they're not all going to fall, but it's a right play to make.
Number 10, Teddy Dindler, checking back in for the Irish. Number 30, Corey Severe, also checking in for the Irish, giving Tommy Graham a break. Tommy Graham is working hard today. He's having a fantastic first half. Here comes Dimler.
Graham is just a factor, both ends of the floor constantly, just makes a difference.
LaHood with the ball up top, swings it to Dylan. Dylan looks to shoot, checks it off, swings it over to Severe. Severe swings it to Woolsey. Woolsey looking to penetrate. Cross over to Dimler, swings it again to Dylan. Dylan with the long shot just off the mark. And again, there's Woolsey just with the presence and gets called for a foul. I thought we were going to get the jump ball. I thought that was a fantastic effort.
I did too. That's
Charlie
a tough
Woolsey,
call.
he'll pick up his second. It looks like it'll be the team third.
And again, once again, we got the shot we wanted to get. That's a nice shot for us.
Number 10, Mitchell Crompton is checked back in for the Maroons. And following that, number 4, Roan gets called for the travel violation.
They asked the coaches if they wanted, and
emphatically. Emphatically,
Coach
Nix wants the timeout, wants immediate timeout.
I saw when he walked in the building today, and he's got some personality. He just seems like he'd be a great guy to work with, and got some charisma. He's a character, and he wanted that timeout. You know,
he absolutely did.
You're down, and you're having a little difficulty getting some things going on offense. So what you want to do right now is you want a little time to get some things organized. That's what he's doing.
As you'll see on our screen here, we have our incredible supporters, our Notre Dame basketball supporters. Without these fantastic companies and individuals, we wouldn't be able to bring this live stream to you free of charge. And again, take this opportunity to welcome our friends in Champaign who are tuning in from Champaign Central High School. We hope you're enjoying this broadcast. For any mispronunciations of last names from our visiting team today, we apologize. We're doing our best. For any complaints, I'd like you to contact Mike Bear. Mike is already nodding, knowing that I'm.
Can we get his email on the screen here?
We'll get his email out to you as soon as we can. Here come the Irish.
By the way, Mike Bear does a wonderful job putting this production
That
together.
is a fantastic assist there from Teddy Dimmler, and an incredible finish there from Charlie Woolsey. Great play there for the Irish. Fouls there on Ted Dimmler. He'll pick up his second, team's fourth. And Jake Johnson's checking in for Charlie Woolsey. Great finish, just incredible line of sight there from Woolsey.
These kids they're just so in tune with each other on what they're doing, and they play so well together.
Just fearless in the way he attacks the hoop and his ability to finish.
Yeah, Woolsey is just a very, very good player. Just with the ball, without the ball, defensively, he's a leader. He just brings so many good things that Coach Locker's going to have some decisions to make in the next few years on who to put on the floor. There's a lot of very good players.
Well, it's a deep team here. Nice move by LaHood. Shot doesn't quite fall. He looks to go back up, kicks it out to Dimmler. Dimmler swings it to Dillon. Dillon cross court. Pickoff pass from Roan wasn't there, and there's Johnson for a three just off the mark. And there's Sevier with the presence to get back under. Shots blocked. Dimmler hustled after the ball. And from my vantage, it looks like it is Irish ball.
Yep. They gave that call to Notre Dame.
And anybody who's coached with me or against me knows that I'm rarely wrong. Just ask me. Ball's inbounded to Johnson. Roan with strong pressure. Ball's kicked to Sevier, over to Dimmler. Dimmler swings it to LaHood. LaHood to Dillon. Dillon swings it to Sevier. Sevier to Dimmler. This defense is working hard for Central. Foul's called in the lane. Foul was called on Chris Chen, his second, team's fourth. And number 20, Tommy Graham, checks back in for the Irish, giving 21, Lucas LaHood, a break.
Yeah, it's kind of a tough call there. They were playing great defense. We were taking care of the basketball, and it might have been a little push, but kind of a tough break.
Number 2, Connor Clifton, checks back in for the Maroons, giving Chen a break. Dillon with the ball. Feeds Tommy Graham into the lane. Graham with a nice cross-court pass. Long shot for Dimmler is off the mark, and the Maroons like to come back. Roan with the ball. Wants to drive, gets under the hoop, but kicks it back out. They swing the ball. 34 with the ball. Again, good job penetrating, kicking the ball out just about every time. And Roan with the ball up top. And again, that is the third travel violation called on the Maroons this quarter.
Without really a lot of pressure on them. They're just a little frustrated. Thing I'm noticing on the Maroons on the defensive end, they do a really good job of hedging out on that ball screen and making it really tough. You can see right here, making it very tough for the ball handler to make a decision. So those are the shots we have to make right there.
And that happens. Tommy Graham with a nice shot right in the lane there. Jump ball called, and possession will stay with Champaign Central. But with that shot there, the Irish increased their lead to 16 with about 2:45 left here, 2:43 in the second quarter. The Irish continue their pressure.
Yeah, I was just going to say we continue to push them right across half court.
That foul was on number 30, Corey Sevier. That'll be his first, team's fifth. And I don't think the Irish intend to slow down their intensity at all.
No, that's and just luring them to go right there, and then the trap comes, and did a nice job of stepping through the trap that time. That's hard to get out of, particularly at this level.
Roan with a nice move inside. Great job by Owen Dillon just walling up and
he did
not fouling at all. Johnson looking inside, swings it to Graham. Graham over to Dillon. Dillon looks to drive, long pass over to Sevier. Sevier looks to go off the backboard again, doesn't quite work. Goes up strong, but just got in the mix with a couple of the taller,
some big kids,
taller the Central boys down under.
But he made a nice play.
Dillon with the ball in the inbound, swings it to Dillon. Dillon draws it back out, feeds Tommy Graham inside. Tommy with the cross-court pass to Dimler. Dimler out to Johnson. Johnson assessing the situation, looks to drive. Nice feed under to Dimler, who kicks it out to Owen Dillon. Three is missed for Dillon. Sevier with a nice rebound. The putback just off the mark a little bit, and here come the Maroons the other way. Roan with the ball. Looks to drive, spin move, and pass.
Yeah, there was a whistle. I heard a whistle, but very faint.
There was, I'm not sure what was called. Folks, I apologize. I'm not exactly sure. Number 40, Eric Smith has checked in for the Maroons. And number 24, Devon Prude also checked in. It's Maroons ball. I don't know if we missed a foul somewhere in there.
I'm not sure who that foul was. I think he was at the table indicating a foul, but I'm not sure he called it on.
We'll get the information at halftime. And there's a long three for number 34, Owen Hobbs. That's their first points this quarter. Johnson with the ball, goes across, and they swing the ball. Ryan Ringenberg, number 2, is checked in for the Irish. Dillon with the ball, feeds Sevier inside, who feeds it, cutting Tommy Graham. Nice move by Graham, almost gets his own rebound. And here comes Smith back the other way. Check that, that's Prude with the ball, he gets it to Smith. Smith swings it to Prude, long three for Prude, it's off the mark, and Graham with another rebound.
Another excellent block out and a rebound. And again, if Central's not making those shots, it's going to be very difficult for them to score. It's hard to get the ball inside.
Roan picks up his first foul, team's fifth. We're under a minute, Irish leading 20-7. Nice roll by Tommy Graham, wide open underneath, just wasn't able to get the ball. Graham with the ball up top. Nice screen from Ringenberg to get Johnson open there. Shots off the mark. Oh, good hustle by Owen Dillon. Almost had a nice rebound there underneath the basket. Ryan Ringenberg did a great job there to seal out and keep the defender from Johnson to get him that open shot. Just about 20 seconds left. Roan with the ball.
Looks like they're going to go for the last shot.
Roan looking to drive and penetrate. Spin move met with some interference. Ball kicked up to Ringenberg. Shot was not gotten off. And that'll end the first half. Notre Dame leading 20-7 over Champaign Central. So, Mike, initial thoughts on this first half. What are you seeing? What do you like? What do you dislike?
Again, I like the intensity that looking at the Notre Dame side, I'm looking at the intensity on defense is good. 7 points. We gave up 4 in the first quarter, 3 in the second quarter. You can't complain about that at all. They knocked down a 3 late to get it to 7, if I'm not mistaken. Offensively, we're doing a lot of really, really good things. Not making the shots that we would expect to make sometimes. But again, you hold a team to 7 points, you're going to be in pretty good shape in a half. But I think Coach has got to be happy just the way that we are executing and doing things and getting the correct shots. It's just now a matter of getting these shots to fall.
So again, you mentioned the Irish has given up 7 points in this first half. Those have come from 3 players. Rowan hit a 2 and Fanning hit a 2 both in the first quarter. And then Hobbs hit that 3 after a long drought of points. Again, that's the tally for the Maroons in the first half. The Irish, on the other hand, they're 20 points coming from, if I'm not mistaken, 5 players. Dimmler had a 3. They've hit 4 threes there in the first half. Graham with a bucket there in the second quarter. Woolsey with that great layup off that feed, and Sevier with a 3 there. But Jake Johnson once again, after a couple misses there in the first quarter, started to find the hot hand. He has a couple of threes and then a nice couple of jumpers there. Leads the Irish with 10.
Yeah, and you just knew early on that the shots Johnson was getting, he was going to make those things. And if we continue to get those shots, he's going to score. But the reason why he's getting those shots is just such unselfish play by his teammates. Everybody's just moving the ball around, giving up a chance for a shot, for a better shot. And kind of the unsung hero, I think, in this half, he's only got 2 points, is Tom Graham with the work he's done on the defensive rebounding side of things. And even, you look around, even, Owen Dillon's not shooting the ball as well as he would like to shoot the ball tonight, but he's still doing everything else on the floor well. That's the same with Teddy Dimmler. These guys they just play the game the right way, and they're interested in winning. They're not interested in personal stats. They're interested in winning, and you can just tell by the way they're playing that they don't get too affected by those things.
Right. And again, it's such a deep bench for the Irish. You've got a couple players that aren't suited up today. Don Taylor's still waiting to come back from the injured list. Joseph Williams, a regular player for this team, is still working his way back from a concussion in the last game. Elliot Lynch is out due to quarantine, not suffering from COVID, but possible exposure, so he's out for the remainder of the week. But again, incredible contributions from Scott Anderson and Lucas LaHood. We've seen Ryan Ringenberg getting his first action this season. It's a very deep bench.
Yeah, everybody that comes in they know what their job is, they know what their role is, and they do it very well, and that's good to see. And it's pretty comforting for a coach when you can look to your bench and you bring some. Corey Severe's given it a lot of minutes tonight and has just played outstanding.
He is fearless within the paint, and that's what I think Coach loves about him, is that he knows he can count on him. He's hit a nice 3-ball, but then he can count on him to move people and get him shots within the lane as well.
And Corey's interested in winning. He's a good teammate. As a matter of fact, he's probably a great teammate because he's a great kid. I'm sure he's a great teammate, and those are the kind of guys you can win with. You'll take your chances with guys like that on the floor. And I could probably say that about every one of these young men we see play so far today.
Absolutely. Earlier tonight, the freshman teams from Champaign Central and Notre Dame played. Central won that one 32-19. Leading scorer for Central was Eric Smith with 10 points. Landon Robinson and TJ Pimpkins each put in 6. For the Maroons. Notre Dame was led with 5 points apiece by J.P. Ament and Liam O'Neill, and Rupiper had Philip Rupiper had 3 points. That's it for our halftime stats right now. We're going to take a break here for a little bit, and we'll be back in about 5 minutes to get you kicked off for the second half.
Don't let your bones, muscles, or joints slow you down. At Midwest Orthopedic Center, we're experts at helping people of all ages relieve pain and restore function so you can get the most out of life. Midwest Orthopedic Center, proud to be the viewer's choice.
Hit that like button, subscribe. Yeah. Follow for more content. Turn on the bell.
Get the expert orthopedic care you need when you need it. Skip the ER and come to Midwest Ortho First. We're the area's only walk-in clinic for sprains, strains, and breaks. Midwest Ortho First at Midwest Orthopedic Center. Proud to be the viewer's choice.
All right, listen, right now is the time that we have to sign up and become part of the YouTube channels so that we can continue having these wonderful sports contests shown to us. Please sign up. I don't know if that's going to do it or not. All right, so I forgot two things on my video. One, here come the Irish. And then I also forgot, let's go!
Folks, we are back here for the second half of our sophomore game between Champaign Central High School and Peoria Notre Dame High School. We are, as you can see on the scoreboard in front of you, both on the wall and on our ticker down below, Notre Dame leads 20-7. We welcome out today's starters for the Irish. Actually, it looks like we might have the starters on the floor for both teams here.
I think you're right. I think we do. Makes it easy for us.
Roan, Crompton, Chen, Pruden Hobbs for the Maroons, and then for the Irish, Dimmler, Johnson, Graham, Woolsey, and Dillon. Nice feed inside from Woolsey to Graham. Graham kicks it to Dillon. Dillon looks to shoot, decides to dribble out, swings it to Graham. Nice feed inside from Dillon to Woolsey. The shot's just off the mark, and there's Dimmler, gets the rebound. Kicks it. Well, one from Dimmler. Well, you guys all saw what happened. What it ended up with, a nice rebound from Woolsey and put back for two.
And you know, again, that was that was really a nice play by Graham, just getting a hand on the ball to get the ball, keep it in our possession.
Well, one from Dimmler falls on number 22. Charlie Woolsey, his third, team's first for the half. You guys all saw what. Ball came into Chen. A nice feed inside. Strong work by Graham. I tell you, there's got to be 3 or 4 Tommy Grahams out there right now. I feel like he's everywhere. Roan with the ball to inbound to number 24, Prude. Prude swings it back to Roan for the long 3 off the mark. Nice rebound by Dillon. Dillon pops a tire and goes down. I hope he's okay. He's limping up the floor. And the pass has gone out of bounds.
Yeah, just landed kind of funny. Hard to tell exactly what happened, but
he's had foot trouble in the past, so anytime he goes down, I think everybody kind of holds their breath a little bit. I hope he's okay. Nice hustle from Johnson, almost tips the ball away. Ball's kicked out to number 10, Crompton. Crompton gets it back to Roan, and there's Roan for 3.
And we'll continue to say it, but they've got to make those shots. Now Roan with a nice steal and a great spin move. Almost finished.
And draws the foul on number 23, Owen Dillon. That'll be Dillon's first, team's second. And Roan will go to the line shooting 2 shots. First free throw rolls in for Roan. And number 21, Lucas LaHood, checks in for the Irish, getting Charlie Woolsey a little break. Roan steps up to take the second of his 2. Hits that one and brings the Maroons.
Just getting a little full court pressure from Champaign and Coach Bradshaw, who's stepping in for Coach Whalen. Whalen must be obligated to the fire department tonight. Couldn't get away with this change of schedule. That's going to happen sometimes. But Coach Bradshaw saw something and said, we're not going to let this get away. Let's prepare to break the press, and that's what they're looking to do right now in this quick timeout.
So that's a 30-second timeout called by the Irish. And coming out here in the second half, we have the Irish leading the Maroons 22-12 with about 6:21 left here in the third quarter.
I tell you, Roan is almost like a one-man full court press himself. He's can be very disruptive, very quick, plays very, very hard. And I think Coach Bradshaw saw that and said, we're not going to let anything crazy happen right now.
Time to stop him. Dillon swings it to LaHood, who gives it to Johnson. Johnson swings it to Graham. Graham gets it into LaHood. LaHood with a strong move, just couldn't get it to fall. And Graham, there again, there's Graham tipping it away. A strong move inside by Crompton, by Chen, but couldn't get it to fall. Nice rebound by the Irish, and here they come back the other way. Ball goes to Dillon. Dillon drives, pulls it back out, swings it to Graham. Graham for 3, just off the mark. And there's Roan again with another rebound. And he's going to go 5 against 2 and decides to pull it back out and set the offense up. Gets into Crompton's hands. And again, Champaign Central has had 4 or 5 travel calls just on that transition that we talked about earlier.
And you come down and you think you got a pass or you think you have something, the defense closes in a hurry, and it just catches you in a position where you're going to lose your footing, which they do.
Dillon looks to shoot, feeds LaHood. LaHood makes a nice move into the lane, but kicks it out to Johnson. Johnson with the drive, but loses a handle on the ball, and out of bounds it goes. We're coming back the other way.
Central has really upped their intensity on defense this half so far, so we've got to respond to that.
Right. And with that, that'll bring us to our third quarter media timeout.
Hey everybody, we want you to sign up for our YouTube. Wait a minute.
So folks, as we've asked every game, if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do so. We're nearing that 1,000 subscription benchmark. I'm not sure what our number is yet, and I know I have somebody looking into it at this moment, but we're close. And I know we're at 943. Boy, wouldn't it be fantastic to hit that 1,000 mark tonight. So if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, take a moment and hit that subscribe button. I know it gives us a whole bevy of great things that we can do for you, our viewer. Wow, what a great, fantastic move by number 24, Devon Prude. And that brings them within 6, and here we go, coming back the other way. Oh, another great move by Roan. Not only finishing at the basket, drawing the foul on Lucas LaHood, his first, team's third.
Well, and after a 3-point second quarter, I believe, is that correct? They had
right.
A 3-point second quarter.
They've
gone out and scored 9 in the first less than 4 minutes of this quarter, so they've ignited their offense a little bit.
And that brought them in. Within 6. And that foul was on number 24. That'll be his Devon Prude, his second, team's first of the second half. Little too much activity from number 12, Chris Chen. And that's his third, team's second here in the second half. Ball will be thrown in by Teddy Dimmler right in front of our table here. Here goes Jake Johnson. And again, they're calling it a little tighter here in the second half.
It seems like they are.
That falls on Torian Roan, his second, team's third. Number 2, Connor Clifton will check in for Chen. Chen has 3 fouls. And I don't think their coach wants them to get in any more trouble here.
No. They've got themselves back in the game, so it's a good time to rest him and hopefully keep within striking distance this quarter and see what happens at the end of the game.
There's a nice feed from Graham to Dillon. Dillon for 3. His first points of the game.
You get one to fall, and sometimes that's all you need, and then things start to get just a little bit easier for you. Shot that one with a lot of confidence within the offense.
And there's a steal by Graham, and here comes Graham down the other way. And just couldn't quite get a handle on it, but boy, what a fantastic move getting that ball out ahead of him. There's a replay of that nice shot from Dillon. Like you said, pure confidence all the way.
Yeah, he just caught it, shot, didn't think twice about it, and he's a good shooter, so he misses a couple shots, nobody's going to get too upset about that, as long as he's taking the right shots, and he has.
Number 22, Charlie Woolsey has checked back in for the Irish. And if you notice, that ball was coming over here towards our camera. Dylan Bear with the assist on the save, protecting the equipment. I'd like to say that it was Mike Bear, but no, folks, it wasn't. It was his son. Anybody but Mike these days, protecting not only our lives but our equipment. Owen Dillon with the ball, brings it back out, looking to set up the offense again. Charlie Woolsey checking inside. Woolsey swings it back around towards the top of the key, picks up his dribble, gives it to Johnson. Johnson inside to Graham. Graham with a little jumper off the mark. Nice rebound by number 34, Owen Hobbs. He gets it to Roan. Roan swings in, Dillon steals. A nice layup with the left from number 23, Owen Dillon.
It's that trap that is causing them a lot of problems. We get them in a bad situation, and we read the next pass.
Foul, I believe, is on number 11, Jake Johnson, his first, team's fourth. Beautiful replay there of Dillon's layup. Hobbs with the inbounds. .42 Pipkins with the ball, gets it to Roan. They swing it down under to Hobbs. Hobbs cross court to 24 Prude. Prude with a nice drive and jump shot in the lane off the glass. Devon Prude for 2, his first 2 of the game. Woolsey gets it over to Johnson, who wanted to feed Sevier, just not enough on the pass, and it gets picked off. Here comes Connor Clifton with the ball. Great defense from the Irish. Swings it to Roan. Roan, 3 balls off the mark.
Good play by Sevier.
Yep.
Couldn't grab the ball, but he made a nice little tap to a teammate.
And again, just fantastic work by Charlie Woolsey. Can't say it enough. His ability to attack at the rim and finish, fantastic work. Went up against somebody 6-7 inches taller than him, and he was able to finish. And then Devon Prude comes right back the other way and does the same for the Maroons.
Yeah, Woolsey just has a very, very good game. His overall game is just so solid.
Ball is tipped through the lane, picked up by Owen Dillon. 1:15 left on the clock. Irish lead by 9 here in the third quarter. Strong move by Johnson. No call on the shot. Ball swung out to Dillon. 3 balls off the mark. And a little contact coming back down the floor. Called on Charlie Woolsey. That'll be his 4th, team's 5th.
And that's just a tough call. That if it really doesn't affect the play, I don't know that it was enough to call. But
looks like they're just scraping a little paint as they come down the floor. But brings back Teddy Dimmler and Scott Anderson in for the Irish. Number 24, Prude with the ball. Picked at the 34. Hobbs gets it up to Chen, who checks back in. Over to Smith. Smith with a strong move through the lane. Gets his own rebound. We saw a lot of that in the first game, but there's Graham with another rebound, able to draw that foul. And that foul is on Torian Roan, his 3rd. Team's 4th or 5th. I'm sorry, I think they said 4th. We're doing our best. We can't see the main board from where we are. Anderson inbounds at the Dimmler. Number 41, Martise Murphy, is checked in for his first action for the Irish tonight. Anderson brings it up around. Dimmler looks inside to Sevier, pulls it back out. Swings it to Dillon. Dimmler with the ball, feeds Sevier. Sevier kicks it out, swings it around. Dimmler for a long 3, off the mark. And we're going to come back. Number 21, Lucas LaHood, checks in for the Irish. And I tell you, that was not a bad last second shot for the Maroons, just off the mark. And going into the third quarter break here, Notre Dame 29, Central High School 20. Thoughts on that quarter there?
Just, I thought Central came out and their intensity on defense was a little bit better. They disrupted us a bit. They made some shots. They just struggled putting the ball in the basket in the second quarter. But again, when it got to 22-16 and Owen Dillon, who had had a little bit of a rough night so far shooting the ball, comes down and knocks down a three, makes a steal, gets a breakaway layup, and gives us a little breathing room again. So it's good to get tested and see how we respond, and we responded very well to a little adversity in that quarter.
Well, the Maroons matched their point, their complete point total for the first two quarters. They scored four. I'm saying more than total. They had 4 in the first, 3 in the second, and then scored 11 there in the third. So certainly started to get into a rhythm there in that third quarter. The Irish are at 13, 7, and 9 for quarter totals here in this game. Moon ball coming out. Chen's got the ball as he has Dillon and Dimmler giving pressure. Goes over to Roan. Anderson on Roan right now. Swings it back to Chen. Chen with the ball. Looks to penetrate baseline. Gives a nice pass through the lane to number 24, Devon Prune, who finishes it for 2. Nice pass by Chen there.
It was a very nice pass, and Prune has had a good half. He's been made himself available. He's been finishing, getting the ball in the basket for him. But the guard play by Champaign has been much better this half than it was in the first half. Again, we just need to be patient. Something will open up. If we're patient, we run our offense, we'll get something out of this.
Looks like a foul away from the ball. It looks like number 34, a little shove in the back underneath the basket. That's Owen Hobbs' first. And that'll be the team 5th foul. Number 11, Jake Johnson checking in for the Irish, giving Scott Anderson a breather. Dillon with the ball. Dillon swings it to Johnson. Johnson over to Dimmler. Dimmler looks inside to Sevier. Now Dillon with the ball. Swings it to Johnson again. Johnson looks inside to Sevier again. Dribbles around. LaHood's got the ball. Goes across court to Dimmler. Dimmler drives, brings it back out. Nice defense from Central right here, but I like the patience from the Irish.
I agree. I think we just, time is on our side. We're not going to milk it down for 6 minutes, obviously, but there's no need to rush anything. Let's make sure we get a good look here, take care of the ball, get a good shot.
Long cross-court pass over to Dillon from Johnson. The Irish is exercising great patience right now, waiting for what's right.
Gonna come out and make a little trap here.
Nice work by Rome, poking the ball away. Corey Sevier fouled on the ensuing steal, his second, team 6. And Tommy Graham will check in for Corey Sevier following the foul.
As soon as Central came out and threw a little bit of a trap on us and came out and got a little bit more aggressive, we
just got them flustered.
Yeah, we sped up a little bit, turned it over.
Number 22, Charlie Woolsey, also checks in for the Irish, giving Owen Dillon a break.
And that foul on Sevier was probably not what Central wanted, because I think Roan was on his way to a breakaway.
I completely agree with his speed and athleticism. Roan with the ball right now. Gets it out to Hobbs. Over to Crompton, who gets it to Chen. Back to Roan. Chen round with the ball. Chen over to Prude, and it's thrown away.
Thought he was going to zig, and he zagged. And
he certainly did. Prude made a nice cut there, but just enough to watch it sail away. Full timeout called by Notre Dame, I believe, and
yeah, we just got to be prepared for this little half-court trap if they come out in that again. Be a little bit more prepared for that, and I'm sure they got an offense designed to attack that as well.
As you can see here, is a nice move in that third quarter there by number 24, Devon Prude. And then coming back the other way, Woolsey just, again, going up against somebody who's certainly got
That's an
height
excellent
on him,
finish.
and he just able to finish at the rim time after time after time.
Very good body control and very good strength. You can tell he's been in the weight room, and that makes a big difference.
So they kept that time on a full timeout there. I don't know if they'll count that as immediate timeout, but we'll see in about a minute.
Yeah, we'll find out sooner than probably we want to know.
Irish will inbound. Johnson with the ball, bringing it up. Cross court to Dimler. Dimler, miscommunication there. Ball gets turned over. Again, some of these cuts, just communication breaks down. Nice jump shot from Prude, just didn't fall. A great rebound for LaHood.
And this Central defense is not easy to play against. They got a little bit of size in there, plus they good quickness. Their guards are very active, very quick.
Graham looks cross court to Woolsey. Woolsey kicks it back out to Johnson. LaHood with a nice screen. We got a mismatch. We had it, but
yes.
Nice recovery by the Maroons. Johnson looks inside. Graham swings it to Woolsey. LaHood with the ball. Feeds Graham back to LaHood. LaHood to Dimler. Dimler drives. Kick to LaHood. Nice move by LaHood. Up and under, and then nice move by Lucas LaHood, getting his first 2 points of the young season. Although at this point, is it a young season? It's probably considered the middle. Nice steal and recovery by Jacob Johnson. Gets it up to Woolsey. Nice feed from Tommy Graham, and
Great cut by LaHood.
Nice move by LaHood to get to the rim. Wasn't able to finish the shot, but get the shot off and draw the foul on number 10, Mitchell Crompton. Crompton's got his second foul of the afternoon, and that'll be the team's 6th foul. So when we return after this media timeout, we will see Lucas LaHood shoot 2 free throws.
All right, listen, right now is the time that we have to sign up and become part of the YouTube channels so that we can continue having these wonderful sports contests shown to us. Please sign up. I don't know if that's going to do it or not. All right, so I forgot 2 things on my video. One, here come the Irish. And then I also forgot, let's go!
How dare I interrupt Mr. Killian? That's very rude of me.
I think you're going to hear about that one.
But I was just going to say, in a 9-point game where it's a low score, every possession is just so crucial right now. So when you step to the line and you're shooting free throws, the free throws are important. Taking care of the basketball, we created a turnover. Now we draw a foul. We just got to convert on all these opportunities.
Right. First free throws off the mark for LaHood. Both free throws are off the mark, and both.
Outstanding play by Teddy Dimler there to keep the ball alive, tap it out to a guard.
Yep, Woolsey corrals it off of Dimler. And again, here's LaHood with a strong move inside and picks up his second basket of the quarter.
Those are the little things that win games for you, what Dimler just did there.
Chen with the ball, wants to look inside, wants to get it to Prude. They swing it to Roan, gets it over to Crompton. Crompton looking inside, gets it back to Chen. Chen sees an opening, nice spin move. Jump shots off the mark. A nice rebound and putback by Owen Hobbs. I think Coach Nix would like to get Hobbs more involved in the Maroons offense, just haven't had an opportunity.
Yeah, what I've seen has been good. He just not always real easy when you're the inside guy and playing against a defense like what we put on the floor.
Right.
But you get the opportunities you take advantage of, and he certainly did there. And once again, we find LaHood just couldn't finish that time.
Yeah, nice move by LaHood. Thought he had drawn the foul, just and coming back the other way, just slid a little too far, and Lucas LaHood picks up his second foul. That'll be the team's 7th team foul. That'll put Chris Chen to the line, shooting one in the bonus.
And Dillon replaces LaHood, and LaHood gave us some really good minutes,
Yeah, he's
crucial minutes.
Having a nice game today. First shot's off the mark. Nice rebound by Woolsey, who's also putting in a fantastic game today. Woolsey gets it to Dillon. Here's that trap we talked about earlier.
You keep the ball moving, it's a little harder to get trapped.
Nice look inside from Graham. Ball gets batted around, and it'll stay with the Irish. Nice look inside. Nice look inside from Dimmler to Graham on the inbounds play. And foul was on the ground there.
Yeah, Hobbs got caught behind Graham and tried to knock the pass away. And he's going, oh, you're always getting called for that foul. And you're behind somebody, that foul's always going to be called on you.
Puts Graham at the line for one in the bonus. Graham's first free throws off the mark. And there's Woolsey again, just having a nose for the ball today. Johnson gets it back to Woolsey. Over to Dillon. Dillon dribbles it out. Back to Woolsey. Dillon with the ball. Timeout called by Notre Dame.
And again, we've missed a couple opportunities with free throws, but we've got offensive rebounds on both of them. So
I tell you, their hustle right now is fantastic. Here's that great move by LaHood, finishing at the rim. That was one of his 2 great moves this quarter. I think he's our lone scoring threat right now. I think he has all 4 of our points this quarter. And here we are with under 2 minutes to go. Irish are leading by 9. And folks, stick around tonight. Coming up next, I believe our next game is going to be just as fantastic.
I think it's going to be probably the same type of game. Going to be intense, every possession being important.
Torian Roan coming in a little too hot, couldn't stop his feet in time, and he picks up his 4th foul. It'll be the team's 8th, and Ted Dimmler will go to line shooting the one-on-one opportunity. First free throw is good for Ted Dimmler. He'll get another opportunity here. Dimmler hits the second.
That's another thing that coaches get a look at in games like this is who can you trust on the floor late in the game in your head? Who's going to make free throws? Who's going to take care of the basketball?
So we had an opportunity right in front of us to see Woolsey and Graham just with incredible trap defense right here, forcing Hobbs into a travel, getting the ball back for the Irish with 1:40 left to go here in the 4th quarter. Irish holding an 11-point lead. Great job by Woolsey to slip that screen. Just going to produce anything. The Irish take the ball out with Johnson dribbling it up, gets it to Dillon. Dillon over to Dimmler. They're just working the ball. And Chen just a little too aggressive on the ball. Graham doing a good job protecting it, drawing the foul. Chen will pick up his 4th foul.
And our kids are doing a nice job right now of meeting every pass. You got to jump to the pass because the defense is coming after it, and you have to be strong with the ball because they're going to come after you. It may or may not be a foul, and you got to anticipate it's not going to be.
Graham misses the free throw, and we're coming back the other way. Rowan with the ball. And a big block by Tommy Graham. Chris Chen with a long 3, good for the Maroons. Chris Chen with
As
his
hard
first
as he's
points.
played, he deserved that bucket. He's exhausted. He has played hard.
It's hard to believe. Yeah, it's really hard to believe that's his first points of the day. And the Maroons doing a complete line change here. Colin Hipkins checking in. Number 22, Chris Kwok checking in. We got number 50, Clonte Williams also in. Aiden Fanning is in. Connor Clifton is in. And I believe I've covered everybody there for the Maroons. 40 seconds left to go. Oh, there's a nice pass from Demler to Woolsey. Woolsey couldn't quite finish, but he did a good job drawing that foul. And fouls on Chris Kwok, his first. Team's 10th, and Woolsey will go to the line to shoot 2 here in the 4th quarter. It's his first. #21, Lucas LaHood. #41, Martise Murphy. Number 2, Ryan Ringenberg. And number 15, Christian Zeller checking in for the Irish. Second shot's off for Woolsey. And Maroons come back the other way. Number 0, Hipkins with the ball, swings it over to number 22. Number 22, Chris Kwok in quickly, hits a 3.
Good for him. These kids practice all week long. They deserve a chance to play, and you get into play, put the ball up.
Zeller with the ball, swings it to LaHood, gets it to Ringenberg. Ringenberg with the ball. There's LaHood, gets it down to Zeller. And folks, that'll draw this game to a close. Final score, Notre Dame 36, Champaign Central 30. Mike, initial thoughts on this game?
It was a tough game because the ball wasn't falling. Both teams were playing good, solid defense. And what I liked about our kids was, we're struggling from the floor a little bit, but we never stopped playing hard on defense. If defense, they say it travels well. It's going to be there every night. If you play hard and you play good defense, so those are good things. Offensively, it was a bit of a struggle tonight, but this was a pretty good team we played against too. And I'm sure they're going to say the same thing. It was a struggle on their end. So I thought both teams played well. I think both teams showed they have some kids out there. They're going to be good varsity players down the road. So it was an enjoyable sophomore game to watch, even though it was a low-scoring game. People like to see points. I just think it was a good competitive battle, and fortunately for the Irish, they came out on top.
So for the Maroons, we saw their points spread across. I think it was their 30 points spread across 6 guys. Their leading scorer today was Torian Roan. I think he 9 points tonight. Played a fantastic game. 7 of his points came in that second half. Got things rolling with a 3-pointer. Was able to hit 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. Played a fantastic game. Also, Devon Prude played a nice game. Certainly a force in the middle, both offensively and defensively. Talented ball player there. Roan is Prude is a sophomore. He's going to be a presence for them for the next couple of years. Roan is a freshman, and so to have the combined 15 half their points. They're going to have some talent there for a while.
They're nice looking players, and you look at Hobbs, who as a sophomore, but got some size, and we talked about where he looked like he's capable of doing some things with the basketball. So, and I really like Chris Chen, just his overall game, and he played hard, takes care of the basketball, plays hard on defense. So I think they've got to be really happy with their young kids and what they have coming up. I'm not sure how many what their roster looks like at the varsity level yet, but there may be a couple of those younger kids that are getting bumped up. But Roan is a very good-looking freshman, that's for sure.
For Notre Dame, they were led by Jake Johnson and his 10 points, all of which came in the first half. And then Charlie Woolsey with 7 points, 5 of which was in the second half, and then Owen Dillon with 5, all of which were in the third quarter, and then the rest of their points were spread out among 4 or 5 guys as well. And again, it's good to see the sophomore leadership of that team, especially out of Johnson, out of Woolsey. Of course, Lucas LaHood came in that fourth quarter, got them a strong 4 points when they needed attacking the hoop, especially after being out for much of the start of the season, injuring an injured leg.
Right.
When you have 6 freshmen, 2 of which are playing up on varsity, and then 4 in the JV, it's good to have that strong sophomore leadership helping lead some of these guys.
That's exactly right, and they did. Those kids are definite leaders. You can just tell on the floor that. As they go, the team goes, and they certainly are. They lead, and they lead by example. They just play very hard and play very intelligently, and play within what they're capable of doing. And they're going to be good varsity players. They're not just kids that are good at the JV level, and you don't see them again. They're going to be very good varsity players.
Absolutely, and you certainly can't take anything away from Scott Anderson, and we mentioned Lucas LaHood, and then you have. Ryan Ringenberg, who got some time on the floor today. Corey Sevier, who I thought played an excellent game today, certainly mixing it up, but hitting that long 3, which is great. But then you have 2 leaders as well in Joseph Williams and Dominic Taylor, who are still yet to return from their injuries. That will be an incredible presence when they're back on the floor.
That's exactly right. And so it's you never like to have injuries, but when you do. It's a chance to look at other players, get other players developed, and all that's doing is creating more and more depth in your program. And I just like, obviously, this is a fun year with our team. Unfortunately, there's not going to be a state tournament where you're going to look at down the road, but or for this year. But as you look down the road with these kids and what we have at the varsity level and these kids coming up, these next 3 years at Notre Dame are going to be a lot of fun to watch basketball if you're a big basketball fan.
Absolutely. Well, folks, we're just over 10 minutes away from our marquee event as we welcome the Maroon varsity against our Irish varsity. And so sit tight. We're looking forward to that game. So we're going to take a break here before we get things tuned up and ready to go for the big one.
Looking forward to it. Ought to be a fun one.
All right, we're going to take a short break here. We'll see you in about 10 minutes. Thank you very much.